Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Facts Matter, where we use data over myths to help you make better decisions. Receipts, not rhetoric. Today, deepfakes and the 2026 elections. You've seen the headlines. AI will destroy democracy. You can't trust anything you see online. Deepfakes will steal the election. But what does the data actually show? How many political deepfakes have actually been documented? How effective are they at changing votes? And most importantly, what can you do to protect yourself? Because here's the thing, the panic about deepfakes might actually be more dangerous than the deepfakes themselves, and we'll explain why. Let's get into the receipts. Here's what we're covering, what deepfakes actually are and how they work. In plain English, real, documented cases where they've been used in elections, what the research says about whether they actually change votes, why the panic itself might be more dangerous than the fakes, and 5 checks you can do in 30 seconds to protect yourself. No hype, no scare tactics, just the data. So what actually is the deep fake? There's 3 types. First, face swaps. AI learns what someone's face looks like from photos and video, then maps that face onto a different person's body. The result looks like person A doing or saying things they never did. Second, voice clones. AI analyzes someone's voice, their tone, rhythm, accent, and generates new speech in that voice. Here's the scary part though. According to McAfee, as little as 3 seconds of audio can produce a voice clone. That's 85% realistic. 3 seconds. That's one sentence from a TV interview. Third, full generation. AI creates entirely new images or video from scratch. No source footage needed, just a text description. What this means for you, the technology is accessible. You don't need a Hollywood studio. You need a laptop and a free app. That's the reality we're dealing with heading into 2026. Now the receipts. These aren't hypotheticals. These are documented cases. January 2024, an AI clone voice of President Biden called thousands of New Hampshire Democrats and told them not to vote in the primary. It sounded exactly like him. The creator was fined $6 million by the FCC and criminally charged in New Hampshire. July 2024, an AI-generated voiceover of Kamala Harris was shared by Elon Musk on X. It was viewed millions of times before Musk clarified it was a parody. But by then, millions had already seen it without that context. In 2023, just days before Slovakia's election, a deep fake audio clip of a candidate discussing election fraud went viral. There was no time to debunk it before people voted. In Turkey, that same year, an alleged deepfake sex tape caused a presidential candidate to drop out of the race entirely. And in 2025, a deepfake of Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney hit 1 million views on social media right before the election. These are real, they happen, and they all share one thing in common: timing. Released right before an election when there is no time to verify. Now here's where the data gets really interesting. The Wired AI Elections Project tracked political defects across all 2024 elections worldwide. How many did they document? 78 in the entire world. The German Marshall Fund found a similar count. about 133. And the News Literacy Project found that traditional cheap fakes, just regular edited or doctored content, no AI involved, were used 7 times more often than AI deepfakes. The Ninth First Amendment Institute concluded that, quote, in every country that held elections in 2024, AI misinformation had much less impact than feared. But, and this is the critical data point here, 72% of Americans believe deepfakes could influence elections. That gap between reality and perception, that's the real story. What this means for you, the deepfakes themselves are, are a real but manageable threat. The panic about deepfakes, the idea that you can't trust anything, that erosion of trust may be doing more damage than the fakes. This is the part most people miss, and I think it's the most important slide in this entire episode. The liar's dividend. Here's how it works. When everyone knows deepfakes exist, any politician caught on camera saying something embarrassing can now wave it away. That's AI generated. That's a deepfake. The burden of proof shifts from the accused to the accuser. And in the time it takes to verify, the news cycle has moved on. That's effect one, dismissing truth. Effect two is even worse. When people believe anything could be fake, they stop trusting everything: real journalism, real video evidence, real accountability, and democracy needs shared facts to function. Pew Research found that over a third of Americans already believe AI will mostly be used for bad during campaigns. That skepticism, that nothing is real anymore feeling, that's the liar's dividend in action. What this means for you, the real threat isn't that you'll believe a fake, it's that you'll stop believing what's real. The antidote isn't more fear, it's better verification skills. And that's what we'll give you in the empowerment block. So, what's being done? More than you might think. As of December 2025, 46 states have enacted some form of deepfake legislation. That's nearly every state. The most common approach is labeling requirements. If a political ad uses AI generated content, it has to say so. 28 states have election specific rules requiring this. A few states, California, Minnesota, Texas, went further and tried to prohibit deceptive deepfakes in election communications entirely. But here's where it gets complicated. In August 2025, a federal judge struck down parts of California's law, saying it conflicted with the First Amendment in Section 230. Minnesota's law faces a similar challenge from X, formerly Twitter. At the federal level, the Take It Down Act, signed in May 2025, is America's first federal deepfake law. It passed 409 to 2 in the House and unanimously in the Senate. But it focuses on non-consensual intimate imagery, not election content. The tension here is real. Courts are protective of political speech, even misleading political speech, satire, parody. These have strong constitutional protection. So regulating deep fakes without trampling free speech is genuinely hard. What this means for you, laws are catching up, but they're not there yet. You can't rely on government or platforms to protect you from every deepfake. Your own media literacy is still your best defense. Here's your toolkit: 5 checks, 30 seconds. Check 1. The source. Who posted it? Is it a verified account, a known news outlet, or anonymous? If there is no traceable origin, be skeptical. Check 2. The timing. Was this released right before an election, right before a vote? Ask yourself, who benefits from this going viral right now? Timing is the #1 indicator of an election targeted deepfake. Check 3. The details. Look for glitches, unnatural blinking, lips that don't quite match the audio, weird hands or teeth, lighting that doesn't match the background. These are getting harder to spot, but they're still there if you look. Check 4. Reverse search it. Take a screenshot and use Google reverse image search or 10i. If the image exists, nowhere else online or appeared suddenly with no prior context, that's a red flag. Check 5. Check the reporters. Has the AP, Reuters, BBC, or any major news outlet confirmed it? If a bombshell video is circulating and not a single established news organization is reporting it, pause. That's the biggest tell of all. Quick action. Bookmark Google's reverse image search right now. It takes 10 seconds, and it's the single most useful tool for spotting fakes. All right, your empowerment block. 3 things to do before the 2026 midterm elections. Lever 1. Slow down before you share. This is the single most powerful thing you can do. If something shocking appears right before an election, a bombshell video, a hot mic moment, a leaked audio clip, wait. Do not share it immediately. The first 24 hours are when fakes do the most damage. Don't be the amplifier. Lever 2. Build your verification habit. Bookmark Google reverse image search right now. Follow fact-checking organizations, AP Fact Check, PolitiFact, Snopes, Reuters Fact Check. Make verification a reflex, not an afterthought. It takes 30 seconds to check before you share. Lever 3. Trust process, not panic. When someone tells you nothing is real anymore or you can't trust anything, push back. Verification tools exist. Laws are catching up. 46 states have legislation. Researchers are tracking this in real time. Your skepticism should be targeted, not total. Question specific claims. Don't abandon the concept of evidence entirely. An informed voter is a deep fake proof voter. That's the power of data. Bottom line, deepfakes are real. Over 78 documented political cases in 2024 alone. The technology is accessible. 3 seconds of audio can clone a voice. But cheap fakes, traditional edited content with no AI, are still used 7 times more often for election misinformation. The AI panic has outpaced the AI reality. The liar's dividend, the erosion of trust itself, may be more dangerous than any individual fake video. 46 states have passed laws. The Federal Take It Down Act is a start, but courts are still working out the balance between protection and free speech. Your best defense: slow down, verify, and don't let panic replace evidence. An informed voter is a deep fake proof voter. That's what Facts Matter is all about. Take care. Talk to you soon. Be safe. And we'll talk to you in the next video. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye now.